And we're just getting back now from visiting my mom. Had an all-day adventure out to Lorraine, and we're about 10 minutes from home, maybe a little bit less. So, how about yourself? What'd you do today?
Oh, you know, I was practicing mindfulness and there goes the phone. I don't know. I had something funny to say, and it all just slipped away when the phone rang there. I don't know. It was a good day. Got some cleaning done, did a little shopping, had to pick some stuff up from Amazon Locker, sent out a bunch of emails about field day, and sent you one about POTA. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on today.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I got that email, and appreciate that and all the work you're putting in there. And, yeah, that's awesome. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to field day. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Sure will be. It's the funnest field day around. But we got to get through POTA first. So, all right, well, I'm glad you guys had a good time there. I heard third-party traffic in the background there. And hi, Lucy. So you guys drive safe. We'll hear you on the net a little later on. And I guess we'll see who's out there now, other than us, who have to be here, I think. W8HRF, KEYUK, KDSLG. We'll talk to you later.
Catch you later, Nick, and we'll see you at the meeting on Thursday. I think it's this Thursday. We will be there. So, KD8SLG, this is W8HRF. Catch you later.
Bigger, more, better, funner. KE8BZA.
Mr. Eric, would you mind throwing Lucy and I on the log in and out?
Roger, roger there, Josh. You and Lucy on the log in and out. KE8BZA.
Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you later. KE8BZA, W8HRF.
All right there, Josh and Lucy, 73. Any other stations that might be lurking about out there and would like to get on the early list, aka a seat up in the front row where you have to crane your head backwards so far that your neck hurts, please call now.
Kilo 5, Romeo Foxtrot Golf, K5 RFG, Ryan and Wentworth.
I like the back of the bus. KD8SLG.
KC3SCG.
All right, KE8BZA returning here. I will be the pre-show station for tonight's Beacon Net, and we'll start the pre-show at 9:30. Net will start at 10, and this is the wrong repeater. This is the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's main repeater on 2 meters. And so far I grabbed some from the blue screen here too. I have AB8MO, W8HRF in and out, KE8YUK also in and out. Let's see, who else? I put K5CFY Ray in his customary 10th position. And KQ4IZV James, I grabbed you from the blue screen. K5 RFG Ryan Actual, I heard you check in there, got you on the list. And Greg, Saw you on the blue screen and heard you check in, KC3SEG. Any other stations out there who would like to get a front row seat, please call now. KE8VZA returning. Tom, KA8MNT. I saw you on the blue screen and have added you to the list as well. Welcome. And I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day and a good weekend. The weather today was quite a bit better than the weather yesterday. The weather yesterday was actually kind of interesting. I mean, you know, rain, pouring rain, sunshine, pouring rain. You know, it's kind of like, you know, blink your eyes and it was going to change.
I got a funny picture I'll have to send you in the Discord there, Eric, with some ominous clouds in the background, and it's got Betty in the picture, and I think it's kind of funny. W8HRF.
W8HRF, KE8VZA. Sounds good, Josh. I look forward to seeing that one. I can kind of picture it already. Sounds cool. Thanks. KE8VZA returning. So we haven't hit the pre-show time yet, but we do have a few minutes left. If anybody would like to get in before the pre-show, please call now.
N8WHR, Mike in Brunswick, in and out.
All right there, Mike. Thank you for checking in. Got you on the list, in and out. November 8, Whiskey Hotel Romeo. Thanks for your check-in. At 73, come on back sometime. KE8VZA returning. We have about a minute till our lovely announcer comes on, and I'm just going to sit here and blah, blah, blah for a little minute or two, a minute anyway. But it's interesting seeing how this list is shaping us thus far. Wonder if it's going to be like Wednesday, where we had an explosion of check-ins. It was kind of interesting. We started off with kind of a light list, and then boom. KE8VZA. You still have about less than a minute to get in before the pre-show. We'll take more checks. WHWK.
WB4AIZ.
WB4AIZ, KE8VZA, got you on the list there. We're going to take a short standby here and wait for our lovely announcer, and then we'll begin the pre-show. KE8VZA.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
in Doylestown, Ohio. Repeater belonging to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. My call sign is KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and I am the net control operator for the pre-show. The BeaconNet starts at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, and our net control operator tonight is Nick at Night, KQKO, and he will be joining us shortly. And hopefully he's out there already. We're going to do the Mickey Mouse roll call for the control team, make sure everybody's dialed in and operating well, and then we will take some further check-ins. So this is KE8VZA, and I'm going to call out to the team. KE8VZA. Are you out there, Nick? Nothing heard. We will keep KDPC on the list for now. We'll circle back to him in a bit. Next on the list, I think he is up there. I did hear his voice. KD8S, just Nick. How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Hey there, Eric. Go on. I'll be here. You can count on it. For some reason, I was just reminded of Phenomena. Don't ask me why. KD8SLG, back to Echo.
Oh, no, you didn't. It's a little early net for a Phenomena, but there it is. All right, Nick. Got you on the list, of course. Good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with KD8SLG, and we'll roll on down to see if Mike is here. KE8QWE. Are you here tonight, Mike, and are you going to stick around for the big show? All right, nothing heard. We'll leave him there for now and circle back at some point. And we'll go on down to see if Alan is here, KI5DAY. He may still be on the other net that he usually attends at this on Sunday nights. Alan, KI5DAY, are you out there yet? All right, nothing heard, have no fear. I'm sure he will catch up to us when he's available. He will have our alt trivia tonight. I have the main trivia, and it's a good one, I think. I'm biased, but hopefully you'll think so too. Anyway, let's go down to our next station. Before that, before we run through this list, I'm going to open it back up for more check-ins. And in case you're out there and chomping at the bit and want to get on the list, please call now.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike, KI5WDM, Donald in the Osage. Check in.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha November Tango, KF8, ASD, Lima Lyric.
Who's K8MMY?
KF8ANT, Steve and Larry.
Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Romeo, KE8ZZR, Harry and Wadsworth.
Kilo Echo 8 Yankee November Juliet, KE8YNJ, John in Norton.
In Golden. Okay, I'm going to pick it up right there. This is KE8VZA returning. Last station, your transmission cut out. I don't know what the issue might have been, but if you could please try again. This is KI5LRA, JP in Golden, Mississippi, mobile. I copied Kilo India 5, Lima Romeo Alpha. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Thank you, sir. Got it. KI5RA. Got you on the list. Any other station, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to run down who I have thus far, and then we'll start working the list. I have AB8MO, Andy. I have W8HRF, Josh, and KE8YUK, Lucy. Both of those stations are in and out. I have K5CFY, Ray. KQ4IZV, James. K5RFG, Ryan. KC3SEG, Greg. Let's see, KA8MNT, N8WHR, Mike, who is in and out. WB4AIZ, Chuck. KE8ZZR, Harry. KI5WDM, Donald. KF8ANT, Steve. KE8MMY, Chris. KE8YNJ, I copied that as Yankee November Juliet, John. Got you. And KI5LRA, and John Paul was mobile, so I got you marked down there as mobile. So actually, John Paul, we're going to start with you, KI5LRA. How are you doing tonight, and are you going to stick around for the main net at 10? Yeah. That's about right. Try to stick around. I'm not sure I'll have a good signal, but yeah, I'm going to try to stick around as best I can. So I'll go ahead and pass it back to the net. This is KI5LRA, and I'll be standing by. All right, John Paul got you as sticking around, KI5LRA. Your signal was pretty good there. You broke out, you cut out momentarily, but I got everything you said. Got you on the list. Thank you. We'll go with KI5LRA for now. We'll go up to the top of the list, to the land of maple syrup, and what else is out there? Brown sugar? Andy, AB8M. How you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, that depends on if Allstar's working, and it appears that it is.
try to get in to say hi to Nick and Josh and Lucy, and it absolutely did not happen. And I didn't do anything differently. It just magically started to work again, so I'm absolutely frustrated. Don't know why Allstar works 1 minute and not the next. So I'll stick around. ABGAMO.
Very good, Andy. You're coming in very well. Good signal, good copy, and glad you're going to stick around. Hope Allstar will keep up its end of the bargain. I hate those intermittent issues. They just drive me insane. Anyway, thanks, Andy. We'll clear with AB@MO for now, and we'll go down to the next check-in on our list, K5CFY. Ray, he may be still on the other net as well. Ray, are you out there, K5CFY? Okay, nothing heard. Have no fear. Ray usually joins us about the same time that Alan does. So we'll go on down to the next station, James, KQ4IZV over in North Carolina. How you doing tonight, James? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
This is KQ4IZV. Yeah, I'm going to definitely hang around tonight. It's been an amazing day. So I'll be listening out for you to call. KQ4IZV, over.
All right, James. Very good to hear you tonight. Sounds like you had a good day. That's good. Good to hear. We'll clear with KQ4IZV. You are on the list. And this is KE8VZA, pre-show operator for the BeaconNet on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. And we're going through our list of check-ins that we have thus far. The main net starts at 10, so we have 17 and a half minutes to work the rest of this list. So we'll go on down to K5RFG. Ryan, how you doing, Ryan? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
This is K5RFG, and I'm going to try and stick around for the big show tonight. Getting some stuff finished up for work right now, and listening to all the frogs out here on the balcony. So, yeah, there's that. But going to stick around and looking forward to a fun net tonight. With that, I'm going to throw it back to you, Eric. This is K5RFG.
All right there, Ryan Actual. Got you on the list. And, we have some frogs around here. Haven't heard them yet. I did see a toad out in the yard when I was cutting grass. In fact, he almost met his demise, but he got out of the way fast enough, fortunately. Anyway, thanks, Ryan. We'll clear with K5RFG for now. Go on down to Greg, KC3SEG over in Maryland. How you doing tonight, Greg? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Stick around. Good hearing, everyone. KC3SEG, back to net.
Very good, Greg. You cut out at the beginning, but I got what you said. The rest of your transmission was coming in loud and clear. KC3SEG, Greg, got you on the list as sticking around. We'll go on down to our next station, Tom, KA8MNT. How you doing tonight, Tom? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZK. This is KA8MNT. Good evening, Eric, and everybody that's here. Well, I've had a long weekend, so I think I'm going to have you punch my ticket, and I'll see you next Wednesday night on the show, probably. So with that, I'll say 7-3s, KA8MNT. Back to the net.
All right, Tom. Consider your ticket punched for tonight, and we look forward to hearing some humor that you might share with us tomorrow on the Barometer Net. Thanks, Tom, and 73. And next on our list who was in and out was N8WHR Mike. And thanks, Mike, 73. Next after that is WB4AIZ Chuck from Florida. How you doing tonight, Chuck? And are you sticking around for the big show?
Yeah, WB4AIZ. Good evening, all. I'm usually in and out. I barely woke up in time to get in before the young lady. That's my whole day. And so very good. You know, I'm going to be in and out, and I don't know if Wade is up in the area or not yet. WB4AIZ.
Very good, Chuck. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the list as in and out, 73. Thanks for checking in tonight. And we'll clear with WB4AIZ. This is KE8VZA. And we're going to go down to Harry, KE8ZZR, the man with the cool call sign. How you doing tonight, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, good evening, Eric. Yeah, this is KE8ZZR. Yes, I'll be sticking around for the big show.
Excellent, Harry. Hope you and the 991A are getting along well. We got you on the list. We'll clear with KE8ZZR for now and go on down to KI5WDM, Whiskey Delta Mike. How you doing tonight, Donald? And are you going to stick around in net? Kilo India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. Are you still out there, Donald? And are you going to stick around for the main beacon net tonight?
W8WKY.
Okay, nothing heard. We may have to circle back to him later. Next on the list, out in Elyria, is Steve, KF8ANT. How you doing tonight, Steve? And are you going to stick around for the main show?
Good evening, Eric. No, I have to be at the airport at a truly ungodly hour tomorrow morning to get to Oklahoma City. So you could just validate my parking, and I will talk to you guys on down the line. Everyone have a nice evening and a good week. KF8ANT.
All right, Steve. Consider your parking validated. Good luck in your travels to Oklahoma City. I've been in the airport at those ungodly hours, and man, is it rough. I feel like a total zombie. Anyway, good luck with everything, and we'll mark you in and out. And again, good luck on your travels, and fly safely. KF8ANT will clear with you, and we'll move on down to Chris, KE8MMY, living in the lap of luxury. How you doing tonight, Chris? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hold on just a second. There we go. Noise everywhere.
yes, I'm going to stick around for the big show, and I know it's a little early for the National Day calendar, but among other things today, it is Limerick Day, and so I am setting about trying to find something to present later to cover that. Yeah, other than that, the only other thing I have to say is do K8MMY.
All right, Chris. Limericks, good. Love the limericks. And you have the second part of the phenomena there for us. Excellent, excellent. I still think it's a little early for the phenomena in the net, but hey, it got thrown out there, so there it is. You got to go with it. Thanks, Chris. We'll clear with KE8MMY for now and go on down to John, KE8YNJ, Yankee November Juliet. How you doing, John? And did I get your call sign right? And are you sticking around for the big show?
Good evening, Eric. And yes, you did. KE8YNJ. That's correct. And I will be sticking around.
All right, John. Very good. Welcome aboard. Got you on the list. We'll clear with KE8YNJ. See, I almost botched it there, but I have it right on the list. Thank you for confirming. Next on our list is KI5LRA, John Paul. We already touched base with him. He's going to stick around. We'll move on down to Jairus. I picked you up from the blue screen. How you doing tonight, Jairus? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, good evening, AI5Q here, and, oh, never mind. I thought I wasn't transmitting because my radio, the second side, is tuned to a different frequency. Anyway, I'll be here for the main net, and look forward to AI5Q back to net control.
Okay, Jairus. Yeah, you're transmitting. Your signal sounds very good, very copyable, good audio. Thanks. We'll clear with AI5Q for now, and we'll go on down to another victim of the blue screen snatching, and that is K6KJV, Kevin, out in California. How you doing tonight, Kevin? And are you going to stick around for the main event?
Hey, how you doing tonight? I'm doing just fine. This is KJV from Valley Springs, California. And yes, I am. I'm all in tonight. And hope y'all have a nice, blessed net. So with that, I'm going to pass.
Very good, Kevin. Got you on the list. Glad you're sticking around. Good to hear you. We'll clear with K6KJV for now. And we have a few minutes left here if anybody else would like to check in before the top of the hour. And please call now.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo, and W7SCD just went F5'd. Both of us are going to be F5'd.
AF5JB, Manitoba, short time.
Kilo Oscar.
All right, King Charles 8, Fox Swing, Victor, good evening, K7QV.
Okay, I'm going to pick it up there. Okay, KD2HCE, Chris, I copied you, and you had another call sign there, W7, I believe it was. If you could come back with that call sign, I didn't quite catch it all.
Well, he's going to say his own call sign. Go ahead.
W7 Sierra Charlie Delta.
W7 Sierra Charlie Delta. He's phone patched in, so we're both in and out.
All right, Chris, got you, KD2HCE, and W7SCD, both in and out. Thank you both for your check-ins. And next we had Matt. Let's see, AF5JB. I got your call sign here, and it's not resolving properly. But got you. There we go. Got you for a short time. I'll come right back to you. And next on the list, we had KC8FQV. Mark, I got you. But right there, just before Mark started transmitting, there was another station in there, and you got lost in the shuffle. If you could please come back and give me your call sign.
Kilo Oscar 5 Sierra India Echo Aussie KO5 SIE.
Roger, Roger. I copy KO5 SIE. Aussie, gotcha on the list. Thanks for coming back and confirming that. And again, Mark, KC8FQV, gotcha on the list. And Aussie, KO5 SIE, are you going to stick around for the main net?
Yes, sir, I am.
Very good. Gotcha on the list. And Mark, KC8FQV, are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'll stay around for the main net. I'm doing surgery right now. Well, semi-surgery. I'm refueling. Insulin's got to get reloaded, so while I'm reloading, I'll listen to the net. It won't take that long, but we'll stick around because it's just 3 minutes till the hour. KC8FQV.
Very good, Mark. Gotcha on the list. We'll clear with KC8FQV, and we're going to jump up to our mobile short time station here. Matt, AF5JB. What do you have for the net tonight, Matt?
Pretty good. Good everybody out there on the net, and have a good weekend. Of course, then we'll route on Saturday. Got that done, but I got done. Hurry enough to go visit. A few friends and some burgers. That's pretty cool. And I get Saturday, of course, it's some laundry and everything, and to play Batman and some other games at Buster's. Did laundry and was in Hard Rock, and I kind of hung around a bit. Didn't win anything, but still had a good time, and they had a chicken sandwich there. So I went home and I kind of hung around there for a little bit, and then had me beer in bed. Then because to see the Northern Lights, I guess I was. It was in the city too, so. But other than that, I'm not doing bad overall. But you guys gonna say a week out there in 73, and please have me on. Please have me on, and catch you on next time. This is AF5JB, Matt. You see, it's also Oklahoma. 73 and back to the next row. Well, it's good to hear you.
All right, man, very good. It sounds like you had a good weekend. I like how you always find some time to squeeze in some Pac-Man. I love Pac-Man. I know I've told you that before, and I haven't gotten my Pac-Man fix here lately, so I'm going to have to take care of that. But thanks, Matt. Appreciate hearing from you, and you have a good upcoming week. And we'll clear with AF5JB, and we are now at the top of the hour. It is time to begin the Beacon Net. And I'm going to hand the reins over to KE8QKO. And if you are waiting to check in, Nick at Night will take your check-in in just a few moments. So again, KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA. Take it away, Nick at Night.
Thank you, Eric. Fine business on the pre-show. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Dewdrop Inn, and various other repeaters. So we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, if there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Nothing heard there. Stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Well, sounds to me like Eric did a pretty darn good job taking check-ins on the pre-show. So, before we start going through our current list of check-ins, we're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. Looks like I think we only have one available at the moment. The other one will probably be in later, and that's going to be Alan. He hasn't had the runs before this, and sometimes he's a little later than, I don't know, he wants to be or whatever. So, let's go up and talk to K8VZA Eric and get our primary question read for us. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. So we've had the privilege of seeing the northern lights here in Ohio, the Aurora Borealis, and we are up in the northern hemisphere. There are actually southern lights emanating from the South Pole down in the southern hemisphere as well. These so the northern lights are referred to as Aurora Borealis, and the southern lights are referred to Aurora what? I'll take a break and I'll come back with the possibilities. KE8VZA returning. Okay, the possible answers are A, Aurora Australis, Bravo, Aurora Oceana, or Charlie, Aurora Magellanus, like Magellan the Explorer, or Delta, Aurora Galapagos. I'll read this again. I'll take a quick break. KE8VZA returning. The northern lights are referred to as Aurora Borealis. The southern lights, there are southern lights that emanate from the South Pole as well. These are referred to as Aurora what? And your possibilities are Alpha, Aurora Australis, or Bravo, Aurora Oceana, or Charlie, Aurora Magellanus, like Magellan the Explorer, or Delta, Aurora Galapagos. So those are your possible answers along with the main trivia, and I will put this in the blue screen. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Eric. I'm gonna think about that one. I'm not sure at all, but yeah, I'll give it some thought and I'll answer later on the net. Okay, let's see. Still no Alan? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start going through our check-ins. We're gonna get everybody's comments, get the answer for the primary question, and when Alan's back in, we will call out to him. Wait, did I see? Hang on 1 second. Let me check real quick. KF5DAY Alan, are you out there? And do you have the trivia available?
KI5DAY, how do you copy me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, sorry, I've got 4 things going on at once here, Nick. My apologies, man. My nephew was lagging behind. I was trying to do something with him, but he's going to be late to his own funeral. I'm convinced of it. We'll all have to wait on him that day if he beats me there. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to type tonight's alternate trivia in here. Let me just send him a message here real quick. Okay, there we go. Hang on. There we go. Let me let this drop, and I'll give you tonight's alternate trivia, and then I'll get it finished up, typed into the screen. So stand by for just 1 second. Okay, tonight's alternate trivia question is about 3% of the population of the United States believes which of the following. I will reread the question, and then I'll give the answers a couple of times. About 3% of the population of the United States believes which of the following? And here are your options. A, that the Earth is flat. B, that we never landed on the moon. C, that they have been abducted by aliens. D, that they are related to Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. There's your alternate trivia for the night. I will put the screen in just a second, and I'll be right back. KI5DAY. I'll be listening.
All right, thank you, Alan. That's fine business there. I feel like any one of those seem to me like they could be true for unfortunate reasons. So I'm gonna think about that one as well. And thank you for the alternate question. All right. This is K8QKO, the WWKY repeater. We're going to go through a list of check-ins for the BeaconNet. We're going to start with AV8MO. Andy, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
W8WKY.
KE8QKO, this is AV8MO. I don't know why we have an alternate trivia marker. We don't have an alternate trivia on the blue screen yet. Anyway, well, I guess I won't put an alternate trivia marker because it's already there. Let's see here. We can't say that other word on this net, so I'm going to go A for Andy for the first one, and I'll do A for Andy as well. Both A. That's one of my favorite letters. Had a wonderful time at my brother's this evening. He had a little family get together. I don't know if it had anything to do with Mother's Day or not. His wife's a mother, and of course my mom's a mom, so they both were there, and I was there, and we had barbecued ribs and steak, so it was all good around. Anyway, don't have much else, so I'll throw it back to you and get ready for work. Still waiting for an alternate trivia on the blue screen now, and we're going to have to deduct one more arrow, one more zero off of your check there, as Dustin would say. Back to you there, Sir Nick at night. This is AV8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Got you on there for Alpha and Alpha. I'm glad you had a good Mother's Day weekend there. And sounds like some pretty good eats. We had a chicken risotto and, or not chicken risotto. We had risotto and chicken piccata. I think that's how I pronounce it, for dinner tonight. is pretty good. So always good stuff to have on a fine meal on Mother's Day. My wife wanted, so that's what I made her. Next, we have two stations in and out. That's W8HRF and K8YUK, and that takes us down to K5 CFY. Ray, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
K8 QKO. This is K5 CFY. Good evening there, Nick at night. Thanks for doing the hour, Mr. Eric. Did a great job on the pre-net, but thanks for running the net. Thanks for all the folks that put on the beacon net. We definitely look forward to it. And I'm going to have to go with Andy and Andy on my guesses there tonight. And I'll give it back to you there. Have a great net. K5 CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. Next, we're going down to KQ4IZV. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight? Kilo Quebec 4, India Zulu Victor. James, are you out there? Do you have comments for the beacon net?
This is KQ4IZV. Sorry about that. I was kind of looking at something. Yeah, my trivia questions, I guess the answer is going to be Alpha and Alpha. Yeah, had a good time out with Mom and family today, so we're just getting ready to pretty much chill out for the night and start over in the morning, but we'll see what we end up doing because everybody's still downstairs watching TV, so anyway, I guess I'll hand it back over to net control. It's KQ4IZV, over.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. Thanks for checking in with us there, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Next, we get out and talk to K5 RFG Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Good evening, Nick. Good evening, everyone on the net. So we're going to join my friends, the frogs, again out on the porch, just because it's nice out here. And my trivia answers tonight are going to be A for the main trivia, and Alan, that's an awesome alternate trivia because just about all of those could be true. So I'm just going to go with D for the alternate, you know, because we all need Cornwaldo beans. But other than that, it was a good day today. The significant other, my dear wife, wanted to go ice skating, so we all went ice skating tonight down in Canton, and had a good time. Other than that, not much going on. It's going to be a busy week this week at work, and hopefully I get enough time off on Wednesday night to check into the Wednesday night net. But we will see. I'll definitely have to make that extra time. So with that, I'm going to throw it back to Nick at night, and 73 everyone, this is the K5 RFG.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Delta. Sounds like you had a fun time ice skating. That's actually might be kind of nice. And don't worry if you don't make the Wednesday night net. That's okay because you at least made it to the best beacon net of the week. Thanks for checking in there. And yeah, next we're going to go down to KC3 SEG. Greg, how you doing, Greg? And what do you have for us tonight?
Good evening from Baltimore. I jump in and say hello to everyone here from Baltimore, Maryland. Before I forget, my answers I want to go with are Charlie Bravo, and not much else to say, kind of quiet tonight, and just sitting back listening to the net. Everyone have a great week there, and talk to you Wednesday. Kilo Charlie 3, Sierra Echo Golf, back to net.
thank you, Greg. Got you down there for Charlie and Bravo. It's good to hear you. Our next three stations here in and out, I'm going to read through them real quick. That is KA8MNT, N8WHR, WB4AIZ. And that takes us down to KE8 to the ZZR. Harry. How you doing, Harry? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, K8QKO. Nick, this is K8ZZR. Hope everybody's doing fine on this lovely Sunday evening. Pretty good weekend. Weather wasn't so hot yesterday, but oh well, it's Ohio. And today was a beautiful day, though, kind of quiet. My wife and I, we just kind of hung out here at the QTH and relaxed. Did some yard work and stuff like that. As far as the trivia goes, I'm going to go with C with the main trivia and A on the alternate. And I guess that's about it for now. So getting ready to start another week. And we'll talk to you guys later. 73s. This is K8ZZR.
All right, thank you, Harry. I think you said Bravo and Alpha, but my NetLogger was my... Yep. Oh, Charlie and Alpha. You got Charlie and Alpha. I might have heard that wrong. I was glancing and reading the blue screen when you tossed your answers out there, and I'm like, oh, crap, I think I might have missed them, but you got them. So thanks for checking in, Harry. Always appreciate it. Next, we're going to... man, I don't know if I will get this. This is K8QK on the WWKY repeater. Next, we're going to go down and talk to KI5WDM. Donald. How you doing, Donald? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is Kilo India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike. I'm going to say A for the first one, and I don't remember, I think it was Charlie, but the Aurora Oceanus for the second one. Sorry I missed part of the check-in. I have developed a habit of when I got my radio in the truck and I grab my mic, the cord hits the VFO knob and changes frequencies on me, and I'm sitting there wondering for a minute or two what I've done or what had happened. My apologies for not answering a while ago if I was paged. Anyway, those are my answers. I'll be standing by waiting for the answers. KI5WDM.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Donald. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. Yeah, no problem. No problem. It happens. And that was the first time I called for you, so that's really what matters. Thanks for getting in there. I'm always happy to hear you. And our next station was in and out. That's KF8ANG. And we are now down to KE8MMY. Chris. How you doing, Chris? And what do you have for the Beacon Net this evening?
Good evening. It seems like I'm a little close to the top of the list there, but I'll make a go at it anyhow. Good evening to all of you. The National Day Calendar Day today is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. I know people with that, so it's Nutty Fudge Day, Odometer Day. Of course, it is Mother's Day, but it is also Limerick Day, and so I felt pressured to handle that. I heard a hymn on. Wow, yeah, I heard a hymn that I knew, musical clue. The rest of the cheer I wanted to hear, so I called out, do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right, thank you, Chris. Hey, can you repeat your trivia answers for us?
The flat Earth, because I think the flat Earth people would also think that we didn't go to the moon, and so I'm going with the smaller number for the flat Earth people. KE8MMY. Back to the net.
Thank you, Chris. That sounds like pretty sound logic there. Like to hear it. Thanks for checking in with us. We got your answers in there. So, and next we're going to go down and talk to KE8YNJ John. How you doing, John? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
Good evening, Nick. Okay, so for the main trivia, we're going to go with A, alpha. And for the alternate, we're going to go, well, I mean, let's face it, with notable people like Shirley MacLaine, and I think Fran Drescher even at one point thought she had been taken up by aliens. How could you not pick C? But anyways, I had a good day here today, and watched my overly tall grass continue to get even taller because it's too wet to mow yet. And but otherwise, had a good day with the grandkids and everything. So with that, we'll send it back to Net Control. This is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee November Juliet.
All right. Thank you, John. Thanks for getting in with us there. And yeah, good luck on the grass. We got your answers down for Alpha and Charlie. Okay. Next station here is going to be KI5LRA. John Paul, how you doing? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
Hey, good evening, everyone on the net. So I'm going to go with Charlie and Alpha. And do not mix up, flat earthers with the people that did not, because there's evidence that we didn't go to the moon. Anyway, CNA, KI5, LRA, back to net.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down for Charlie and Alpha. Before I go further, I'm going to say this is KEQK with a WWK repeater going to listen check-ins for the BeaconNet. And our next station here is AI5Q, Jairus. How you doing, Jairus? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
Well, good evening, AI5Q here, and I'll go with Alpha and Alpha for my answers. And that's what I put in the blue screen a while ago. I tried to answer them as quick as they come out. That way, Mr. Allen doesn't think that I have time to Google them, because I think he suspects, based on how many I get right, that I Google them, but I don't. So I'm going with Alpha. Had a good Mother's Day. Nina went out to brunch with her mom and her sisters. I took the kids over to my mom's house, and then my sister came over with her kids, and the cousins had a play date, and everything was good. So now we're just winding down, and oh, okay, Alan said not me, but he knows who the perps are. Okay, so I guess I don't have to answer the trivia questions quite as quickly in the future, but I try and go with my gut feeling and not think about them too hard. Anyway, AI5Q, back to Net Control.
All right, thank you, Jairus. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. Our next station is K6KJB. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
Well, hello, Nick and everybody else. Again, this is K6KJB in Valley Springs, California. And first off, my answers are going to be double D again. Delta. And really don't have too much more except why is it that people like Shirley MacLaine that claim they get abducted by aliens are still here? That would make you ponder, Maybe they should keep them. Okay, well, with that, Jason's KJV, passing the mic back to you, Nick. God bless 73.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Got your answers down for Delta and Delta. Maybe they're just too crazy to keep. Maybe they had to send them back to, I don't know, punish everybody else. We got you in there. Thanks for checking in. Our next three stations here are in and out. That's KD2ACE, W7SCD, AF5JB. That takes us down to KO5SIE. Aussie, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net this evening?
Well, don't take this as support for Alan or anything, but I'm going to go with American Airlines AA. And doing good. Had a great Mother's Day weekend with wife and daughter, and just listening to some radio tonight.
All right, thank you, sir. Sounds like a good evening, and we got your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. Now we're going to go down next to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing, Mark? What do you have for the Beacon Net this evening? Kilo Charlie 8, Foxtrot Quebec Victor. Mark, are you out there? Do you have comments for the Beacon Net?
All right, KCFQV. You know, a decent day. Went down to my sister's boy's house and had steak and that for Mother's Day. And kids were all swimming in the pool, even though it's cold. They don't realize that. But then we stopped back at my brother's, and we came home. And I had to change my insulin and that tonight. And I did something wrong. You know how they remember that commercial? Don't you know? Well, you're American Express. Yeah, somehow I left home without the pump. So we weren't having delivery today of insulin. But we got back on board. Everything's back in order. But on the thing, I'm going to just say Charlie and Charlie. If I see them, I may put them back in the text. But right now, we just say Charlie and Charlie. And, yep, Dayton Hamvention is next weekend. At this time, everyone will be talking about the museum they visited down there and all the things they bought and all the new stuff. And so we'll send it back to Net Control, KCLTV. Yep, Hamfest seasons is winding up. So they're winding up, getting in the bullpens, and start swinging your bats. You gotta be careful. Don't swing and hit your towers and hit your guide wires. You need all that stuff. But, yep, everything getting wound up for amateur season again. Well, amateur season is all the time, but I think during the summertime is a little more accustomed, a little more better than the winter. But year-round is good. So, back at CFQV.
Mark, got you down there for Charlie and Charlie. All right, before I go any further, we're at the bottom of our pre-check list, and before we start going through the rest of the check-ins and taking additional check-ins, we're going to get the trivia answers read again for us. I kind of found I like to do that when we get to this point. Let's go back up and talk to K8VZA Eric and get our primary question read for us. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA back for another reading of the main trivia question. So we've been able to see the northern lights here in Ohio, and the northern lights are referred to as aurora borealis. There are southern lights emanating from the South Pole as well, and these are referred to as aurora what? So your options are Alpha, aurora australis, Bravo, aurora oceana, Charlie, aurora magellanis, or Delta, aurora Galapagos. This is KE8VZA, back to Net Control.
you, Eric. Got that trivia question read. Let's go back and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Hey, sorry about the confusion earlier there, Nick at night. I was in the middle of a Rothschilds, and I was trying to talk to my nephew, and I was trying to close up the AA net, finish getting out of there and doing 10 things at once. But anyway, I was able to take care of everything. But tonight's alternate trivia question, I will reread it, and hopefully I'll have my focus a little clearer this time. So let me let this drop, and I will read tonight's alternate trivia question, brought to you by Crispy Wheats and Raisins. Here we go. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, about 3% of the population of the United States believes which of the following? That A, the Earth is flat. B, that we never landed on the moon. C, that they have been abducted by aliens. Or D, that they are related to Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right, thank you for another reread on that, Alan, and no problem on the start of the net. Everything seemed to work out just fine. Okay, this is K8QK on the WWKY repeater, going through the list of check-ins for the Beacon Net. And we are now going to go down and talk to KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Oh, my gosh. I've had a good evening or afternoon with family celebrating Mother's Day, and enjoyed a good day. And enjoyed a good day yesterday, eating hot dogs and hamburgers and who knows what all at the Burger Burn. But as far as trivia question, well, someone had the right answer for me. So I'm going to go AA. A for the main trivia question, A for the alternate. And that's what I'm going to go by. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Thank you, sir. Got your answers down for Alpha and Alpha. I'll say this. Heard you mention the other day that you were going to Hamvention. So I think maybe if you're there, maybe a good idea to get an eyeball QSO. You can maybe try to sync up. I've got an email on my QRZ page that I don't check too often, but it comes to my phone eventually if I get them. So if you want to reach out to me there, you can. Or if you have some other ideas, happy to take it. Or if you don't want to, that's also fine as well. Anyway, thanks for checking in with us there, Tim, and appreciate it. Next, we're going to go down and talk to AD2Q, Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Alpha Delta 2 Quebec, Ryan, do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, looks like Ryan came into the blue screen, but apparently he's not available, so that's fine. We can move on. We're going to go down and talk to KF5, ADE, Nickelodeon. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, y'all. This is KF580, and man, I almost thought I was going to lose it because I picked up my phone and pressing the wrong side buttons. Typical for me. I'm usually pressing buttons what I shouldn't be. But we've had a wonderful day. Short of almost messing things up and making it really, really bad, but I love my wife. She tolerates the daylights out of me. So I have a very fondness for her. And but we've had a wonderful evening for grilled up some chicken outside and did some fixings. We had some family members over for celebrating Mother's Day. and I think I might have knocked it out of the ballpark with what I got for Sandy for Mother's Day for this year. So I actually did something right this time. But nonetheless, we are doing good. So that's about all I have. I'm still learning how to play with, or not play. I'm still learning how to configure or get ready to configure my Pi's for Allstar and GMRS nodes. I really want to try kicking it around as best I can in a way to where I can't figure it out anymore. Then I'm going to go ahead and tag out and see if I can't probably just get with Jairus or one of the fellows out there to give me a helping hand. So I'm kind of hoping I can try to work it out for myself. You know, that's the best way to learn, is to just keep hammering at it until you can't hammer it no more, and then you do it. But I got to watch out for my timeout timer. Trivia, C and D, because I think Cornwalda bean is probably the most intelligent answer on the list for that one, and because there is no intelligent life on Earth. I haven't been able to find it. Don't look at me, because I'm certainly not it. So there you go. The other one, that's a real swag and a half, because I've just really blown a, anyway. Enough of my jibber jabber. KF5AD returning back to net control.
All right, thanks, Dick. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Delta. Yeah, it's always good to have a good wife and to support you. I know I kind of feel the same way. I will say, though, for Alan's question, I'm not sure he was going for intelligence on that one. So I'll toss that out there as an idea. But thanks for checking in with us there, Nick. Good to hear you. And let's go down and talk to your better half, KG5 SYC, Miss Sandy. How you doing, ma'am? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KG5 SYC, and hello, Annette, and everybody. Had a wonderful day. Sit there and got some chicken ready, and Nickelodeon went ahead and grilled it all up, and it tasted awesome. And rather than me doing any cooking, and we just went out and purchased the potato salad and the beans and stuff to go with it, and the sides, and I did do a gluten-free cake because one of the members of the family got celiac, and so he can't have anything that has got wheat in it. So I just mixed up a gluten-free cake and done a buttercream frosting and had some ice cream, and that was dessert. But had a wonderful day, and for once, Nickelodeon actually went out on a limb and got me something that I didn't ask for, and I was quite surprised. At any rate, trivia. Maybe I should take a nickel and then get back. This is KG5SYC back. Trivia. Let's see. I'm wanting to do, let's go C and A. Because got to have an A in there because we're always right. Whether Sandy's always right or not, it fits. So, C and A. This is KG5SYC, back to net control.
All right, Sandy, thank you, ma'am. Got your answers down for Charlie and Alpha. I will say that if you have to take a nickel again, maybe go a little bit longer. Everything worked out okay. I'm sure your node probably reset, but the repeater here did not. So if you had gone much longer, you might have gotten timed out by our repeater. So just as an FYI for the future, so you know. I guess they say the more you know, right? And thanks for getting in there. And that's it. So we're at the bottom of this list tonight. This is K8QKO and the WWKR repeater, and I'm ready to take some additional check-ins to the Beacon Net. Anyone out there that wants to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Okay, nothing heard there. This might be a short net. That's okay with me. I guess we'll go up and talk to our net control team. We'll get their comments for the Beacon Net. We will not get any of the trivia answers read for us. And, yeah, we'll go from there, and then we'll take some more check-ins. So, going to start with KD8, EPC, Dustin. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net this evening?
QKO and the Beacon Net. This is KD8 EPC. Well, Nick, I don't have an awful lot for you tonight. I'm going to go with Alpha and Delta for my trivia. I don't have much else for you there, so with that, I'll just turn it back to you and let you get to the rest of the team there. Have a great rest of the net. Get lots of check-ins. This is KD8 EPC. Back to net control.
All right. Thank you, Dustin. It's good to hear you out there. And next, we're going to talk to KD8 SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? What do you have for the net tonight?
KD8 QKO, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Nick, and all of the Beacon netizens. The world is my oyster, Nick. The world is my oyster. Let's start with trivia tonight. I'm going to go with Alpha for Eric's question there. I did some reading about the aurora this week because I actually saw it. I was in Holmes County over the weekend, and a lot less light pollution down there in Amish country, I got to tell you, and it was pretty spectacular. It was pretty cool. So Alpha on that one. And for Alan's alternate trivia, man, I got to tell you, there should be an echo, an all of the above, same segment of society there that would also be related to Cornwaldo Bean. I did get a call from the Cornwaldo Bean archivist reminding me not to make any jokes about the Cornwaldo Bean connection to the Kennedy assassination. I'd like to remind everybody that we have a POTA event on June 1st, sort of practice for field day, which is exactly 3 weeks later on June 22nd. 40 sleeps until field day, folks. So get involved. It's going to be a fun summer. It's KD8 SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Nick.
All right. Thank you, Nick. We got your answers in for Alpha and Delta. Let me see. It looks like he missed us earlier. We're going to call to him anyway, just see if he's out there. That's KD8 KWE. Mike, are you out there? And do you have comments on the Beacon Net? All right, nothing heard there. Sounds like he wasn't available. So we'll go down and talk to KI5DAY Allen. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for us this evening? Besides the mosquito.
KI5DAY. Well, I got Larry the Rubber Chicken over here. He's hanging out, chasing the mosquito for me. He's trying to get him. I hope he does. I don't like mosquitoes. They're not my friends. And one of them got in here earlier. I'm surprised they came in. It's kind of cool outside, but anyways, it is what it is. It's been a long day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that might be listening. Hope everybody had a great day, and man, I don't know. It's all good. I got to go back to reality tomorrow, back to the Big W. Not looking forward to that. But I got a shorter week next week. I got a 3-day weekend coming up next weekend, so that'll be nice, especially to get away from that piece of hunk garbage airplane that we're working on right now. But all is good, man. I'm just sitting over here chilling. I think on the primary question, by the way, I'll go ahead and give my answer as D, just because it's fun to say Galapagos. Just like, it's kind of like saying Cornwaldo being on the air. It's just one of those things that's fun to say. So, Galapagos. Hey. With that, I'll shoot it back to you and let you get on with it. KI5DAY. And again, the alternate trivia question, by the way, is based on percentages. Okay, so keep that in mind. KI5DAY, 73.
All right, thank you, Alan. I do have a question about the airplane. Was it a hunk of junk before or after you started working on it? Can you come back?
Well, every airplane to me is a hunk of junk just because I have to work on it, and I don't want to. I'm trying to get out of the docks. I'm trying to go to a shop now. I'm like number 8 on one list that I put in for, number 9 on another. more like a shop environment, much nicer for mechanics to be in there. And I've been out in the docks for quite some time, and I'm frankly getting pretty tired of it. So, yeah, I want to get away from the airplanes. I mean, some of them are better than others. Sometimes you'll have a lot more work on one than the other. I always say a piece of junk when there's too much to do because I don't like doing it. But I've been around planes for a long time, so I am not impressed by them. But anyways, I'll shoot it back to you. Have a good one. KI5DAY.
All right, thank you, Alex. Good luck on that position change. Hopefully, I don't really know what either one of those do. Well, I mean, I can make a generalized guess, I suppose, based off of the language. But aside from that, it's pretty well all black magic to me. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for getting in there. Also, my trivia answers. I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie for mine. Yeah. Other than that, I had a pretty good weekend, a good Mother's Day. My wife was happy. That's what matters. And yeah. So that's it for me. Okay, this is K8QKO and the WWKR repeater. We've gone through all the check-ins with our BeaconNet crew, and we're going to open up here for another round of check-ins. Anyone out there that has not checked into the BeaconNet that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima, Lima Alpha, WD8LLA, Neil, Brewster, Ohio. Good evening, Nick, and everyone on the net.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, sitting over at the Veteran Cemetery. Looking for them.
All right, sounds good. I got WD8LLA Neil, and I got K8QWE Mike. Okay, let's go up and talk to Neil. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
WD8LLA. Good evening again, Nick. I just happened to turn that's not true. I just turned the volume up so I could hear the radio. Anyhow, I'm just sitting here watching TV. Had a wonderful weekend. We had a little storm down here Friday, but we didn't get much. Little rain and that, but my wife had shoulder surgery about 3 months ago. She's doing great, so everything's pretty good on this end. Hope to get out. I've yet to go to the Hamfest. I've got a list so long, and my wife don't want me to go at all. I got too much radio equipment, but I need a lot of parts. Anyhow, I just want to say hi to everybody, and 73, I'll be listening. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Neil. Hey, did you hear? You probably didn't hear the trivia questions, did you? If you want, we can reread those.
I didn't hear him, but I don't think I've ever got one right, so no, I'll just pass on that.
All right, sounds good, sir. You know, you mentioned the wife and Hamvention. I thought for sure I wasn't going to be able to go this year because my niece is graduating from high school on that Sunday, the day after. I was like, well, we got this family stuff going on. There's no way she's going to let me go down to Hamvention. So I cautiously broached the subject about a week ago, and she's like, yeah, sure, you can go. And I'm like, wait, really? Oh, well, great. I'm going to go buy a ticket. So I'll get to get on there from now as well. But, yeah. Thanks, Neil. Good to hear you out there. And let's go up and talk to K8QWE Mike. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for us this evening?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Nick and everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. At this point, I'm sitting out at the Veteran Cemetery with my wife and dog, and my dog really stinks, even though she went to the groomer last week. I don't know. She just stinks. So we're waiting on the northern lights, but we aren't seeing anything. So I suppose we'll sit here until we either fall asleep or go home. Trivia, I really don't know. I didn't hear the questions, and I really don't expect them to be reread. So I'm going to go with the great state of Ohio and the great state of Oklahoma. This is Kilo Echolink, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to net control.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Good to hear you out here. I'm glad you had a good day. And we got you down for the great state of Ohio. Just the great state of Ohio. I think that's a good way to put it. All right. This is KAQKO and the WWKR repeater. We talked to everybody on our check-in so far. But we're going to do one more round of check-ins and see if anybody else is out there that wants to chat. And, yeah, we'll do that now. So if you want to check into the BeaconNet, please say your calls by phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Seemed like a pretty short one tonight. So what we're going to do is go up and get our answers for the trivia questions. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, go ahead and give us your answer, sir.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA. I'm going to abstain on the first question for obvious reasons, and for the alternate trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo. Did you want me to read the answers for the main trivia yet?
Yeah, you know what? I'm really sorry, Eric. I looked at the green line or I don't know why I skipped over you completely for when I was calling on the net control team. You should have been the first one I called, but instead I called on Dustin first, and I'm not sure why. So I apologize. Why don't you go ahead with your comments and then break for time and give us the answer to the main trivia question.
KE8VZA returning. No worries, Nick. I figured you actually. This weekend, actually Thursday night, I swam and in the rec center pool, did some laps, and after my tragic bicycle mishap the previous Sunday in the garage, or Saturday actually, I was able to do some laps in the pool and nothing broke apart or busted open, so that was a win. We'll take it. And let's see, what else? One of my nieces is graduating from the Cleveland Institute of Art, and she had some of her artwork, basically her senior design project, on display along with other students down at the Cleveland Institute of Art. Went and saw that Friday evening. Had the Nora's Weekend Lunch Saturday. That was interesting and good. And Sunday was all about Mother's Day. And went and saw my mother and dad, and got to visit with them for a bit, and then over back home, and we had dinner with my wife and daughter, and it was really nice. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the weather today too. I'm going to take a break and come back and read the answer to the main question. KE8VZA returning, and the main trivia question. So the northern lights are referred to as aurora borealis, and what are the southern lights referred to from emanating from the southern pole? They're referred to as aurora what? And the options were Alpha, Aurora Australis, Bravo, Aurora Oceana, Charlie, Aurora Magellanis, or Delta, Alan's favorite, Aurora Galapagos. I'll take a quick break here, and we'll come back with the answer. KE8VZA returning. The correct answer is Alpha, Aurora Australis. Many stations guessed that answer, so that's good. And here's the info to go with it. According to space.com, an aurora is created when the sun ejects charged particles from its upper atmosphere that creates a solar wind slamming into the Earth's upper atmosphere at speeds of up to 40 million miles per hour. That's amazing. And the Earth's magnetic field then redirects the particles toward the poles, And this dramatic process transforms into the cinematic phenomenon that we all love and are fascinated by with the northern lights and the southern. So the southern lights are called Aurora Australis, and emanate from the southern hemisphere. So I didn't know until today that there were southern lights, but it all makes sense when you read it. And let's see, where did I get that? I got that from Cincinnati.com, which is the Cincinnati Enquirer's that's a newspaper, their website. They had a nice article on it, as did the Akron Beacon Journal had a similar article. Very interesting stuff. So KE8 VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Hey, do the southern lights spin in the opposite direction than the northern lights do?
I don't know, Nick. Both the articles I read they did not make a reference to any directionality there. KE8 VZA.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for another fine question. Let's go ahead and talk to KF5DAY Alan. Get the answer for our alternate question. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Yeah, tonight's alternate trivia question. Here we go. The question was, about 3% of the population of the United States believes which of the following? And again, this answer was based on percentages, because some Americans believe all three of the first three that I read, but anyways, it's based on percentages. So 3% of the population of the United States believes which of the following? Is it A, that the Earth is flat, B, that we never landed on the moon, or C, that they have been abducted by aliens, or D, that they are related to Colonel Cornwaldo being? Well, the one that ran away with it tonight was Alpha, that the Earth is flat. Actually, they think that after all the polls they've done for several years, that the most current poll shows that about 16.7% of Americans believe that the Earth is flat. Wow, it's a pretty good percentage. B, we never landed on the moon. That's 6% of Americans believe that we didn't land on the moon. So the correct answer would have been C. It's about 3% of Americans claim that they have been abducted by aliens. So that would be the correct answer. And thanks for playing. KI5, DAY, back to you.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Alan. I think it's actually sad that there's less people who think they've been abducted by aliens than people who think the Earth is flat. That makes me sad. But thank you for another fine question. Okay, this is K8QKO on the W8WKY repeater. We've gone through all of our check-ins, we've talked to our net control team, and we've got our trivia answers answered. So we're going to do one more round. I say again, one more final round of check-ins for anybody out there lingering that wants to check into the Beacon Net. So if you'd like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
So Juliet Delta Whiskey Alpha KJ BUA.
Copy that was Kilo Julia 5 Echo Delta Alpha, is that correct?
Negative Delta Whiskey Alpha.
All right, I have Delta Whiskey Alpha. I did not catch the last part of that. Can you hold your mic down for just a couple of seconds before you transmit so that we can we catch everything and come back with your call sign again, please?
Yes. Juliet 5 Delta Whiskey.
All right, copy that, sir. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta Whiskey Alpha. Sorry, I'm not sure where my head was with that, but I got your call sent in there. Thanks, Richard. And what are your comments from the net?
Yep. I'm coming to M17, which many people use, and I'm in Paris.
All right, Richard, I got that you're coming to us from Paris, Texas, and then you got cut off there. Do you want to come back with any additional traffic?
Yeah, I was saying that I was coming through the M17 digital code. So I know that you yep, it's the second. On the digital side, to make the signal come up. But I think this is my first time checking here before. I don't remember into this net before, but thanks for putting me. I'll definitely mark this one down and something to do at night. Back to K5.
All right, Richard. Well, thank you for checking in with us. Always happy to have some new voices on the repeater and on the net. Just so you know, you were a little broken. I'm not sure if that was if you're going through another repeater that's connected to the node, or maybe it was internet connection. I don't really know. But you were a little broken, but you're pretty readable, so I picked out most of what you had to say there. And you're welcome to come back and join us anytime. I got a little afternet rundown with all of our connections and times, all that stuff, and I'll be reading that here shortly. So stick around for a couple of minutes and listen, and you'll get some more details on the Beacon Net and when we meet and how we meet and all that fun stuff. But I do have one more check-in here I'm going to talk to you before I do that. That is NJ5Z John. How you doing, John? And what do you have for the Beacon Net this evening? November Juliet 5 Zulu. John, are you out there, and do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right. Looks like John was at it from the blue screen, but he may not have been able to make it in the repeater. So, I've got my little post-ammo thing I'm going to run through here real quick. And let me bring it up so I can read it. And I'm going to say, on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8QWE, K8VZA, KD8SLG, KD8EPCA, KF5DAY, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
This is KJ5ATA from Central Texas. My name is Guy. Trying to find out if I'm getting any reception or transmission. Anyone want to come back? That's okay.
I'm hearing you, KA6DOY.
Hi, Guy. Hi, Rimmel. KD80PC. Both sounding good there.
KI5DAY in Oklahoma. I heard the other station as well. Hi, Rimmel. Hi, Dustin.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Dustin.
KJ5DWA in Paris, Texas. I hear you loud and clear.
Nice. Well, maybe I'll get a chance to squeeze in here a little bit. KF5AD, Cibolo, Texas. Texas has got it, I think. Hey, good evening, Dustin and Alan, up there on the Oak side.
Howdy, Nickelodeon. KI5DAY. Let me make sure I got this. Okay, real quick. Hey, before I forget, I'm just going to let you guys know that gets on the Boredom Breaker net. Pretty soon we're going to start an alternate Boredom Breaker net, and I just thought of it tonight. We're going to open up a CB Boredom Breaker net. We're going to call it the Boredom Breaker 19 net. Hi. Over to you there, Rimmel.
W8W.
Well, you know, Alan, KI5DAY and the group KA6DOY. I tell you what, let's see now. I'm going to have to think about that one for a little while. My nonsense wheel hasn't kicked in yet, Alan, but, you know, as the mayor and chief financial officer, COO, golly, the title's go on forever, Balfang, Oklahoma. I will talk to the board of directors, so I'm going to have a meeting with me, myself, and I, and Rimmel, and we're going to talk about it, okay, Alec? Over.
There was another station that was checking on the signal report. He did good from Texas, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of silly. But anyways, go ahead and jump in there, somebody else.
When I saw that come across the blue screen just before they terminated it, I thought about, that would be interesting. It wouldn't have to be necessarily on the CB, but GMRS really, they're better than the CB back in the 70s, but I'll tell you what, I heard some stuff today and yesterday, I think it was yesterday, at any rate, that was coming across there. It was a hoot. It might as well have been 11-meter CB channels back in the day, because it was kind of funny for me. But it was on GMRS on the repeater side down here. Back to you.
Might have been a double or a triple in there. I heard Jim Mosley, whoever the last station was, but there was a good triple in there.
KI5 LRA's out here, just letting you know.
Copy that. Nick, down in Cibolo, was that you that just said all that?
Negative. That was I said I was talking about the other GMRS stuff. The fellow that came in there, let me take a back seat, and I'll take a 2-second. And let you identify with Alan, because it's a hoot and a half if we get an after party show here.
What on earth are you even talking about, dude? I think I got in there. I think he was asking if you were the one talking about all the GMRS. KI5 LRA.
It was almost a perfect double with you two, KA6DOY.
It was Nick talking about GMRS. I'm not sure unless that was you, JP. Hadn't heard you in a while, but it's good to hear you. But yeah, I was just being silly about the Boredom Breaker 19 net. But this time I'll send it directly to somebody. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, thank you much, Alan. We got to have some control, and even if it gets this way, but it's got to have some control somehow. Otherwise, yeah, you're right. We'll be stepping on top of everybody, and the folks on, for like me, I'm on Echolink. We'll get the vote out almost immediately, or we'll get a double. So yeah, I was commenting about the fact that the GMRS dribble that was going on, it was almost like listening to 11-meter CV back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean for me back in the 70s and 80s. When Sandy and I got hooked up and together, we had a wonderful time on the CBs back in the day, and that's how we met. So that's what I was referring to, and it was that way on GMRS just yesterday, kind of like the same thing. So I was going with Alan's Boredom Breaker on 19. Back to you. Oh my gosh, I don't remember who has it. Alan, take control, please. KF580.
Hello, Ray, an old friend from the Hamsomniac gang. Go ahead, JP.
Hey, good job on the trivia tonight. KI5DAY. Hey, Rimmel. Hey, AD out there, KI. I think it is. I haven't met you before, but yeah, I'm mobile, 10 wheels rolling here, headed to California. I'm on I-22 right now, going westbound out of Mississippi. Man, I wish I would have heard your question. I was busy doing something whenever you threw out the trivia question. I kind of misunderstood the whole context of everything going on, and then once I heard you say it the second time, I was like, oh man. Now I see what everyone's talking about. But, yeah, good job on the trivia. I'll pass it over to Rim, KA6DOY. This is KI5LRA.
Well, thank you, JP. This is Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo, and you guys know in the event of martial law, your call sign, use it backwards, and you're automatically grandfathered into the Balpang, Oklahoma CIA team. I don't know. No, I haven't been doing too much today. I'm dipping some Balpangs, so if you guys would like to join me sometime, we can dip Balpangs together. Over to you, Alan, KI5DAY, KA6DOY.
I think you said dipping Balpangs. I don't know if you meant like dipping them in some kind of a paint mixture or something, but anyways, you never know what Rimmel's going to say. That boy plumb out of his mind. Rimmel, I think your family's like mine. They shook the family tree and a bunch of nuts fell out. But anyway, there was a station that was identifying or calling out earlier to see if anybody heard him. I want to see if he's still in here. I didn't know what his call sign was, but that Texas station, are you still in there? Okay, I didn't hear him come back. But anyway, yeah, JP, Nick down in Texas, Cibolo, Texas, that was just talking a while ago with us. Him and Sandy came up. We met them at the Ham Fest in Claremore and had talked to him for quite a while on the BeaconNet that you were on tonight. I'm the alternate trivia guy for the BeaconNet. I have been for some time, and I always come up with off-the-beaten-path, zany questions. Tonight was basically based on percentages of what people believe as Americans. But the answer D is usually almost always something in relative to a person that I made up called Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. It's either him or his family or somebody in his family that the last option for the question is. Even though it's the wrong answer, a lot of people pick it just because they like to say Cornwaldo Bean on the air. But anyways, so it's JP, Nick, Alan, and Rimmel in here. So with that, I will shoot it back over to Mr. Nick. Go ahead.
What am Hi, chopped liver, KD80PC.
Glib.
All right there, gentlemen. I think somebody said go ahead there, so I don't have a whole lot to add to the conversation. I just wanted to come back around and say hello to everybody, and boy, I haven't heard JP out there in a long time. I do remember when we all used to stay up late night and have good conversations there, so there you go. I'll think of something for the next round. I think it goes over to Nick now. Take it away.
KJ5, DWA.
Okay, I'm a little gun shy right now because about the time I get ready to touch it, something else happened. Alan, I hope you've got control. Dustin, good evening. JP, good to meet you. And I've got YO and KA6DOY. Is that right? I'm sure I wrote this all down screwed up one way or the other. So you guys like to just kind of go with the geriatrics over here and forgive me. That's just. Just having a good time, though. Let's see. We're going to swing that around to JP, swing it to me. I guess it's going to go to the one I'm messing up, the four guys call sign, KA6DOY. Is that correct? Back to him.
W8WK.
QSL, that's correct. And I think we had another station trying to get in here with us, KJ5. Come on in, sir. KA6DOY. Your turn.
Yeah, KJ5DWA. Just looking for some late night conversation. More of a night owl and seeing who's all around. Their name here is Richard in Paris, Texas. Go ahead.
Well, QSL, Richard, this is, I'm going to use my FBI call sign here, Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo. Name here is Rimmel, and I live in an orphanage in Belfang, Oklahoma, and anyway, I had a pretty good day here. I only got 3 beatings and 5 whacks on the back of the head, so then I had to meet my wife after that, so it got better after that. Anyway, Richard, hello to Nick over there. Richard, I'll throw it to you and let you throw it to Alan, KI5AY, and let him figure out all the inner workings here. Go ahead, Richard. Over.
Yeah, thanks for the turn back there. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how far that is from me. I have never heard of that place. There's a lot of places in Oklahoma that I haven't heard of until I looked them up on the map, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I'm studying for my general too, so I can get on the HF stuff and have fun with more than just 10 meters. So go ahead, Alan. KJ5DWA.
KJ5DWA, Richard. Hey, good to hear you from Paris, Texas down there. I heard you on the Beacon Net there, and sorry I didn't get your call earlier. I was having troubles hearing you, but I heard you perfectly clear that time. I couldn't hear you on the net, and I couldn't hear you when you first came in here. Till just that transmission right there was perfect. But anyways, yeah, Rimmel is a little nutty in case you haven't noticed, and he gives his call sign backwards sometimes and calls it his FBI call sign because he's incognito, and he's kind of neato, hi. But anyway, he's a good friend. JP is a good friend from days past. He's out there on the road, so I want to shoot it back over to JP. He said he's on 10 wheels. What are you hauling there, JP?
KI5LRA here back in the group. Hey, Dustin, good to hear you on there tonight. Glad to have the Node back on the road. good to hear everybody and have somebody to talk to while I'm doing these late night drives. But I'm actually driving a Freightliner custom chassis right now. It's a motorhome made by Tiffin and Class A diesel, and it's kind of loud and it's kind of a piece of junk like the airplanes you work on. I'm hoping that the engine doesn't come on by the time I get to Texas, and then I think I pass it over to Nick, if I'm not mistaken.
Real quick, I had Dustin down here, JP. That's what I wrote down here. So if I'm mistaken, Dustin, go ahead and jump in there, and then I'll take it up here after you get done, Dustin. Back to you, Dustin.
Thank you very much there, Nick. I really appreciate it. I'm on the phone there, so I'll let you guys carry on, and I'll talk to you all there later on. This is KD80PC. I'll be listening out.
All right, we had one person kind of squeezed in there as well with just before Dustin that was said he was listening. I wasn't sure if that was JP or not, but at any rate, Station 8 kind of just came in there. Let's try you again, please.
I think it was AI5LRA making sure this thing was on.
All right, thanks. Do appreciate it. I wasn't sure if that was the right voice or not, but at any rate, it's all good, and I love the shenanigans that go on here at times too, and the clandestine call sign. Real quick, before let's see, switch it down. Oh, nuts! My brain's gonna go to mess now. KA6DOY. I'm gonna give it straight up like that. Are you in Arizona? Or my wife and I were just talking about that. This is KF580.
Well, KA6DOY here. No, I got licensed in California. I live in Oklahoma. And about 30 miles west of Tulsa. So I get to see all the Tulsa gang just about every day. So, anyway, that's what we've been doing, Nick. Just kind of goofing off. But, yeah, I enjoy a little silliness on the radio, especially these days because everything is so messed up. It helps to laugh a lot. So it's good of you to come in tonight, Richard, and I'll be coming to you next here. Let me get a reset real quick. KA6DOY continuing. But, yeah, I tell people I live in Balfang, Oklahoma. I give my call sign backwards, and, it took me a while to actually learn how to do that backwards, It sounds silly, but it really is. But, anyway, it always, the nets go quiet when Yankee Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo comes on. So, Richard, you better pick it up before I get in trouble, sir. KA6DOY, over.
Yeah. Okay, wanted to make sure I had it there. Yeah, KJ5DWA, or, look at how fast you got me to do it. See, I can do it without even having to take time. AWD5JK. See? I'm already picking up on it. But, yeah. The repeater says it's in Barberton, Ohio, the one that I see keying up a couple times. And my mom is actually from Port Clinton, Ohio. And whoever's the truck driver out here, my stepdad is actually a truck driver. He was working for Wilson Logistics, but they kind of offed him because he didn't agree with some of the stuff. So now he works for a company out of Little Rock, Arkansas called EOS. but she's not making as much money, which is kind of hurting right now. But if you're a truck driver, you know that the loads aren't that great right now. Anyway, so yeah. Other than that, I still have lots to say, but not enough time to say it. So whoever's next, KJ5DWA.
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee KI5DAY all day long. This is Alan. Let me make sure I'm not doubling. Alrighty, doesn't sound like I am. And yeah, the truck driver is KI5LRA. That's JP. JP and I met years ago when he first became a ham. I think we met at a gun store of all things for the first time when I was delivering a little handheld to him, a little baby Baofeng that I handed off to him, and that's the first time I met him. And then we used to have a lot of round tables and stuff like that on a local repeater here in the Tulsa area. Just for a heads up there, JP, myself, and Rimmel are all from the Tulsa area, just around this area, close to Tulsa. And JP's out on the road a lot, but Rimmel, he comes to Tulsa all the time. He lives closer to a town called Manford, and I'm just north of Tulsa in a little town called Sperry. So we're all Okies. The Dustin that was here, of course, you know him from the Beacon Net. He's an Ohio guy. And but a lot of us Okies and Ohioans, we hook up all the time on the air between the local border breaker net here in the Tulsa area that we have every day and the Ohio Beacon Net. So, and I'm the alternate trivia guy from the Ohio Beacon Net, which is a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah, you were talking to JP, the guy who's out on the road. So, trying to remember whose turn it is now. I've got confused here. I think it is JP's turn. Go ahead, KI5LRA.
KI5LRA back in the group here. Well, not a whole lot to add at this moment. This truck that's putting off this bus actually, putting off a lot of RF. I hope it's not coming through too bad on the node, but I can hear all the interference going on whenever I'm listening. But I was hoping to see a little Aurora Borealis tonight, but not seeing that. And I keep thinking about, Jairus told me earlier what he was up to, and man, I wish there was a place to stop and have one of those along my route, because I had too much coffee today. But I think I passed it back over to Nick, so go ahead, Nick. This is KI5LRA.
Thank you, JP. Do appreciate it. Yeah, there's some definite blocks out. Dropouts. There we go. There's definitely some dropouts on your signal, and since you are carrying a node, I take it you're carrying a node on the RV that you're in right now. So are you using the node directly, or are you using it with the radio? I'd like to have that one come back to me.
Yeah, I've got a Baofeng that I'm talking into floor here. And, yeah, there's a lot of RF in this thing. All the electronics and whatnot.
All right, I hope I'm good. You're running ahead and unkeyed it. Super, because I am looking at working on an Allstar as well as a GMR. I'm going to work on the GMR first, not the Allstar, but I'm going to work on the GMR node first and play with it. And once I learn enough about it, my intent is to go ahead and have a Allstar for the RV as well. And so we'll actually be packing two nodes for the RV eventually, because we like doing that kind of thing. Sandy and I both enjoy taking our RV out whenever we can, and I'd just like to have that connectivity. So I'll go ahead and pass it on down to the next one is Rich. Your turn, Rich. KF5AD for ID.
Yeah, Roger. I have to get used to that, because usually people would call my dad that. So I don't mind it. It's just I'm not used to it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I've been wanting to do one of those, too. Put it on some weird frequency, like, 446, 2125 or something, and run a digital coded squelch thingy, so that way when I'm mobiling around or something, I can have a mobile Allstar Node. It's too bad IRLP is really expensive. I've wanted to run one of those for years. And you may say years and ask yourself, how long have you been doing this? Well, took a break in 2013, but originally I started in 2006. So came back in January of this year, so I guess you could say I'm a re-seasoned ham. Hi. But, yeah, I did actually move to Texas from Missouri, and I got to go through Tulsa, but the problem was it was at nighttime, so I didn't get to see anything but a bunch of lights. But from what I could see, it was kind of nice. I just hope you guys aren't like Joplin and get flattened down. One quick thing before I time it out. We did get a tornado here a couple days ago. Luckily, it was in the south end of the county, so I know you guys are somewhat used to that up there. Go ahead. I can think of it. Alan. Yeah, I got it. KJ5DWA.
That's correct. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And, never lived in Texas or Missouri. I like them both a lot, but I forgot what I was going to say now. My brain went on a hayride. Sometimes my brain likes to go on hayrides and wiener roast without me, and it gets a little lonely when it happens because I just sort of sit here like a vegetable waiting for it to come back and jump back in my head, and then all is good and clear. Like Rimmel, I have a little bit of a warped sense of humor, but I can't help it. It's a birth defect, so I just play along and pretend that I enjoy it when it's, like that. So, but I do get along with all my personalities, and I don't know, all is good in the hood, so can't complain. But yeah, radio is a lot of fun. I've been on the ham side since 2019. Met a lot of great people over the years, including Rimmel and JP and all these different people. Nick and Sandy from Texas there. Nick's the other one that we're talking to here. Yeah, just been a lot of fun. I'm into GS some now. We do Wednesday night net locally in Tulsa. I don't always get to check in, but they have a Wednesday night net that's local, and it goes on for about an hour, and it's mostly just checking in. A very little rag chew, but some talking. They get about 50 or 60 check-ins, and I'm involved in 2 or 3 different nets, the American Airlines net, the Beacon net, the Border Breaker net, so that's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start a CB Border Breaker 19 net here pretty soon and see how that goes. Hi. But with that, let me see if there's any other stations listening that want to chime in. This is KI5DAY. We'll take a break here for a second.
KA6DOY. I think somebody skipped me.
Quite possibly. Sorry about that. We got a little dysfunctional there. Rimmel, go ahead.
Well, golly, I don't know what to say after all that. That was a mouthful. KA6DOY here, Rimmel and Manford, really Balfang, Oklahoma. But we've had a real good night here, and we've got a little 3916 kilohertz setting here we've been listening to. And let me get a quick reset here, just a minute. Well, I was going to tell you guys that they've been trying to kick me out of the orphanage here. And, I'm kind of resisting. I like it here. But they're trying to, they say I'm getting too old, is what they said, for the orphanage. They're trying to send me to a nunnery. And I told them I was really too old for that. I don't know if that's funny or not. Let's see here. It was going to, I don't know, I think Dustin, if he's back in here, KD8EPC, KA6DOY, your turn, sir.
great. Thank you very much there, Remmel. Well, I am here, but I don't have anything productive to add to the conversation. So I'm just saying, 10-4 good buddy to Alan there about the Border 19 net there, and I think it goes back over to Nick after that, KF580 to take it from KD80PC.
All righty, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm glad that somebody went ahead and got Rommel, at any rate, mayor of Bofang, Oklahoma. At any rate, got him squared away, so that's great, and everything else. No, nonetheless, I've been licensed. I'm probably the youngster of the group. I got licensed in 2009 when I heard that they'd dropped the code requirement. And when I heard that, I thought, oh boy, because I've been a ham wannabe since I've been a little kid, but I couldn't do the code. I've never been able to get past the code thing. And but I've been a ham wannabe. Got Sandy almost licensed, and she wouldn't do it because, well, she knew what I'd do. She knew that I'd go ahead and start playing radio underneath of her license, and that would be really right. But I'd have to have her there as a third-party type thing. And so at any rate, nonetheless, she wouldn't get licensed when she could have doing the code thing. So that was a long time ago. And but 2000, I got myself licensed, and I knew I was on the path because shortly thereafter, I went ahead and about a year later, I went ahead and gave it 1 year later or so. I went ahead and got general. And then a couple of years later after that, I went ahead and got my extra just because I wanted to do it before FCC would take it away from me or try to take it away and then do something silly like governments usually do, you know. I mean, look at what they're doing already. They're making changes all the time. So before I drop out completely, I am going to turn it over to, let's see, I'm lost out of my track now. I think it's supposed to be Rich. So, Rich, I hope it's to you, KF580.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf. Checking in to the round table.
Hi, Romeo. Let's see. Romeo Bravo Golf. I didn't remember the first part, but hello. Yeah, and then I'll pass it to Alan, and I guess he can bring you in. But, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's what kind of deterred me back in 06 is, see, I could take my test, right? But here's what happened for me, right? So my mom had bought a car, her second car, from the same guy who was a used car salesman, right? And at the time, I didn't know, because we lived in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I went to go online and study for my test, right? And I kept failing it, and I looked at the book, and I looked at the thing, and I couldn't make the connection at the time. Now I can. I was studying from a novice book, and that's why I wasn't passing my test. The information wasn't adding up. And I called up my mentor at the time, and I said, hey, what gives? I'm studying online, but I'm not passing it all. And he said, well, what book do you have? I said, Element 2. And he said, that's not going to work. And I said, why not? And he said, they don't have novice class anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we finally got me the right book, and after 4 tries, the first time I passed, this year. First try. So I'm pretty happy. And on the 20th of this month, I paid $10, going to see if I can pass my journal so I can get on 40 meters, and maybe that 80 meter frequency you were talking about too, 39 something. Go ahead, Alan. KJ5DWA.
Alrighty, thank you, KI5DAY. Yeah, I heard Shannon come in there, KC5RBG. Shannon, I'll throw it to you, and when you're done, if you don't mind, throw it over to KI5LRA JP. He's out there on the road chasing crickets. KC5RBG, go ahead.
Thank you there, Alan. Mr. Rimmel told me to jump in here and join the group. I just woke up, so I was like, yeah, I'll try my best to get in here. But I woke up enough where I think I can talk a decent verbal message and not fall asleep while I'm talking, so that'll be good. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm not really sure who all's out here, but anyway, glad to join the round table. And KC5, real big guns. Over to you, JP.
Well, good morning, Shannon. KI5LRA back in. Hey, Rimmel, yeah, I heard you talking about 3916. While I was home over the weekend, I actually started putting together an antenna for 75 meters so I could get back in on that. I was wondering, actually, if you're able to pick them up, if the band is opened at all, or if it's a bunch of noise, or what are the conditions like?
Well, JP, right now it sounds like whoever's speaking is about an S2, so not very strong right now, but we did have a full trivia net tonight, so, the people that got in were able to play and hear trivia being called. Back to you, JP.
Yeah, I ought to have that antenna done. I don't have much left to do on it. What do you call it? The side of it. Get that wired in and make the coax soldered onto it. On the roof, but I should be back on HF next time I get into town. Hopefully, that's my plan. But let's see, the order got really, really messed up, and now we got Shannon in there too. So order hasn't gone in a while. Why don't I pass it over to Alan and he can line us out, because I'm not sure what the order is anymore. KI5LRA back to Alan. Almost KI5DAY. Over to you.
Copy that. Well, I didn't write everybody down, but I do know who's in here. But I'll send it to Nick. I believe he's next, and then Nick can send it back over there to Mr. Rimmel, I believe, if that's not mistaken. Would you say that's correct, Nick?
I'm good with that. So it'll go me to Rimmel. That's good. Okay. So at any rate, we're doing well, and these roundtables are always so much fun. Starting lacing folks in and out and stuff, and we had Dustin, of course, in and out or in and around. He's probably still lurking out there in the weeds. Wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't try piping in one way or the other or stepping in. But it's all good, and it's a lot of fun. I do really enjoy the chat and group and the roundtables, because it's just the way it is. So with that, I don't have anything else really to add too much more. So I'm going to send it on over to Rimmel then. YOD 6 Alpha Kilo. Whoops, that's my dyslexic kicked in. There you go.
Hey, good job, Nick. H. Oscar Delta 6 Alpha Kilo. Here, anyway, Rimmel, and I got licensed in '77, and I'm a general class. My wife got licensed in about 79. She is still licensed as a novice. So there you go. Anyway, I was going to tell Richard that a while ago, Richard, when you did your call sign backward, you did it so fast, you must have a crypto mind. Anyway, good to hear you on too, Shannon. So let's see, if I this to Shannon, and Shannon, you can throw it to Alan, I think, and we'll go from there. So go ahead, Real Big Guns, pick it up.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'll tell you what, been a long time since we had a nice, large round table after party. Hadn't done that in quite some time, and that's pretty nice. Pretty nice to do. So I'm enjoying this. Got a good crowd tonight. KC5 RBG passing it over to KD8 EPC.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you very much there, Shannon. Hopefully I'm sounding all right. I switched from the base radio over to the Node now because I wanted to move to a more comfortable seat, so there you go. Boy, you're talking about when we were licensed or when we got licensed. I got my license in 2006, my tech, and then in 2007, after they got rid of the code requirement, I went and got my general, and I'm studying now for my extra, but we'll see if I make it before the question pool changes or not. So there you go. And Shannon, you're absolutely right. It's been a long time since we've had a nice round table, and it's good to hear everybody out there. Let's see, who are we missing? We're missing and Mitch. So there you go. Maybe we get them out there, then we'll have a real good time. I think it goes over to Alan now, KI5DAY from KD8 EPC. Take it away.
KI5DAY. Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, I was glad that Shannon remembered to throw you in there, and because I was just fixing to do the same thing myself, and then he called your call sign. I was like, oh, he did throw it back to Dustin. So appreciate that, and yeah, all is good. It's a little strange. I hadn't done this a while myself, a round table. I know that we used to have the late night hamsomniacs over on the Superlink. I think me and Shannon, and sometimes Rimmel would hop in there, and JP was in there, and several others. But yeah, that was a lot of fun back in the day till we caused a little issue over there, and we stopped doing it. But yeah, it's just every once in a while I get into a rag too. It's a lot of fun for sure. But now I'm just sitting here taking it easy. I'm going to definitely do some couch vegging before I go to bed tonight and start a whole new week tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to getting back on the plane, but I gave away my next Friday to another coworker who wanted my hours, so I'll have a 3-day weekend. I'm looking forward to that, so my brain can go on another hayride and a wiener roast without me. But all is good. Man, I am confused now as to who to send it to, so I think I sent it to Nick. Go ahead there, Nickelodeon.
Alan, I don't know whether you got it wrote down or not, but I was going to say we need to get Rich in there. So we'll come up with a. I guess I'll go ahead and write it down because I've got the means to write it down while we have Rich in there next. So KF580 Rich, KJ5 DWI. I think that's what I've got here for Rich. Your turn.
Yeah. So, anyone here kept their advanced class? It's a rare breed. I'd like to meet some again. I've only met, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 advanced classes out of from 06 until now. And I haven't really heard too many. It's kind of a cool thing, because if I remember right, you can't get it anymore, but you can renew it and keep it and be grandfathered in. And now they kind of made it where you can get a November call, so it kind of takes away from the when you get your call, like Whiskey November 5 or something. So, yeah. I've been trying to get my mom to get my dad's call because he's a silent T. He passed away in 2010. And she'll get interested, and then something will happen, and then she'll say, I don't want to be part of that because of you or something, and then I have to get her reinterested again. But I want her to take up my dad's call. No, sorry, I have no idea who to pass it to. Sorry, I left it open. Whoever's next.
Okay. I've got, excuse me, I'm having had some throat problems here. I've kind of got it this way. Alan, if you're good with it too, I've got Alan, JP, Raman, I think Raman 2.5. You guys just have to bear with me on that one. Dustin, Shannon, Rich is who I've got missing, and I think that's it, and then myself. So me, that's where I've got my lineup headed this way. So since it's me, just for rethinking things, I'm going to go ahead and send it back up to my top of my list, back up to Alan, KI5DAY. This is KI5ADE.
Copy that. If I heard you correctly, me, then JP, then Rimmel, and then Shannon, and then Dustin. So hopefully that's the case. I hope I heard that correctly. But anyways, I'll shoot it over to Rimmel after myself here. I think that's who's after me. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot. I'm just sitting here chilling, like I said, and just trying to figure out which show I'm going to watch. I was watching a couple of Netflix shows, and I'll probably watch one of them soon. I'll go in here for another round or two, but all is good, man. I just enjoyed myself today. Had a good day overall, and not too shabby, and a great weekend. So looking forward to next weekend because I'll have a 3-dayer. I'm looking really forward to that. But with that, I'll shoot it back over to KA6DOY. By the way, it's Rimmel, like REMELL. Kind of like Rolaids, but different. KA6DOY, go ahead.
Well, Alan, if you're going to call me Rolaids, I like that better, actually. I'll expect that next time. Anyway, hello to all you guys, KA6DOY. Yeah, it's been a while, Shannon, since we've had a round table like this, and it is great to be able to talk to you guys. I did text Mitch, so we'll see if he pops in here with some language or something to get us all spiced up. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna pass this over to Shannon because it's a hot potato. KC5 RBG of the group KA6 DOY. Over.
Thank you, Rimmel. And yeah, I got my tech license. Let's see, back in I think it was '94, and I'll tell you, I got it really easily. I bought the tech book, and I just went straight to the answer.
This cop suddenly cut to the driver with the dash cam.
Read the question, read the answer. And then I go to the next one. I read the question, read the answer. I wouldn't look at any of the other answers, just the correct one. And I did that for 2 days, and then went and took my test and passed. And there was another gentleman that tested with me. His name is Jeff, and his call sign's KC5RBH. And then I upgraded in, I think it was 2006 or 2007, somewhere in there. And I wanted to get my general, and so the way it worked is I bought a Yaesu FT817. I'm going to just reset it. KC5RBG returning, but I had bought an FT817 so I could listen to the HF bands, and I was listening to those while I was studying for the general. And you know, doing it that way made me want to study more. You know, it kept me motivated. And I went to Green Country Hamfest to test, did it there, and passed it, so I was really happy about that. And I've thought about getting my extra, but I'm still on the fence about it, which I need to hurry up and figure out something, because I don't, gosh, I really don't have the inspiration to study for it, so it's kind of hard for me. But alrighty, I'll pass it along to Dustin, KD80PC, KC5RBG.
All right, thank you very much there, Shannon. Well, yeah, studying for the extra is definitely hard. I recently got a book from Mark KG4STK, so I've been reading that, and I'm about halfway through. I think I could probably pass the test here soon, so we'll see. We might go to the test session here next month and see what happens. So, but otherwise, I've been happy as a general for quite a while, and we'll stay that way. As far as when I went and got my first tech license, I didn't even study. I was just on a whim looking at test sessions one night, and there was one, about 100 miles away or so, maybe a little less, but it was November, freezing rain, it was cold, I remember, and went there and passed the test with flying colors, but couldn't quite get the general yet because they still had the code requirement at that time, but they did it thereafter. Boy, I forget who it goes to now. So whoever's next, take it away. And this is going to be my final, folks. As much as I'd love to stick around, it's midnight and that 7 a.m. alarm is going to come quick. So I'm going to say 73. This is KD80PC, passing it over to whoever's next.
Dustin. 580. JP, let's get you back in here, buddy. JP.
All right, thanks, Nick. This is KI5LRA. I got my license back in 2020. I think it was November or October of November. And one of those, sorry, I was watching traffic and kind of forgot what I was saying there for a minute. But anyway, is Bob still on the radio? I haven't heard from him or anything, you know. Just an open question if anyone's got anything on Bob.
AI5Q, KF5E.
All right. I'm not don't know about the Bob there, JP. I'm going to go ahead and push it on over to Rich, KJ5DWI, I think is what it is.
DWA, but yeah, it's alright. I'm looking through my listings right now on, what is it, Droid Star to try and find, whatchamacallit, Sky Hub. I had all of it programmed in. Excuse me. I might have to get off of here before I get too tired to take out the garbage. Like SpongeBob taking out the trash at night. No, but, yeah. I need to find the base for my J37 straight key, which was given to me, along with a original first 100 ever made limited edition Vibroplex keyer. Yes, I have one. Somewhere in a box out in the garage that I need to find. But yeah, other than that, not much else here now. I kind of ran out of steam on things to say. But I guess it goes to Alan. I don't remember. The order's all messed up now.
All right, I hope we're not doubling with anybody. I'm going to let it go for just a second to see if I've got a double. All right, Jairus, AI5Q, are you still out there?
AI5Q real quick. KI5LRA. Shannon's node drops the W8WKY at 11, so that's why you didn't hear it come back. I reconnected him, and it'll be that way until his node disconnects from it and reconnects to it at 5 a.m. So, anyway, that's all I've got. AI5Q, I'm going to bed. Take it easy. 783.
Real quick, Jared. So you said that Shannon is definitely disconnected until 5 a.m.? Over.
No,
he was disconnected. I connected him back.
My node, right now JP's connected to Jairus, and Jairus connects to me. But at 11, my node usually drops the Ohio link, and so he, I think when he was talking there, he got dropped, and has since reconnected it. So now JP's back in there, but yeah, that's kind of what's going on, and it'll stay connected. There's nothing else tonight that's going to make it drop, so I'll be here, and I don't think Jairus' information got through, but Bob is still out there. He doesn't get on the radio all that much. He once in a blue moon will speak up, but he does do the testing for the tests, but other than that, he doesn't get on much. He's just too busy in life, I think. But other than that, KC5RBG, back to you there, Nick.
Okay, thank you very much, Shannon, and also along with Jairus for popping in for us. And
Thank you much. I do appreciate it. Keep me straight. With that, I'm going to go ahead and and pass it over to Alan. Alan's at the top of my list here. And Alan, you can go ahead and pass it after you get done. Go ahead and pass it back down to Rummel, KF5AD.
Sure.
Okay, maybe Alan dropped out, and Sandy's saying that she thinks that he might have signed out. So I'm not sure. I'm a little lost on that one as well. So I guess I'll go ahead and pick it up. Rummel, go ahead and pick it up, sir.
W8WKY.
Oh, thank you, Nick. What is your call sign, please?
Kilo, Foxtrot, 5, Alpha, Delta, Echo. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Kilo, Foxtrot 5, Alpha, Foxtrot, Echo. I tell you, it's late, KA6DOY, but it's a pleasure to talk to you, and I tell you, it's I'm about going numb here. Usually by this time, Nick, I'm off watching TikTok, so swiping up, But that's become one of my favorite pastimes, and it does pass time. So I'll send this over to, let's see, I don't know if, I guess Shannon can send it to JP, and JP to Richard, I guess, and Richard to Nick. Go ahead, Shannon.
Boy, it sounds like Rummel dropped out there. Hopefully he's still there. Hopefully I didn't drop out. Gosh, everyone's dropping out like flies. I think anyone that was connected to the Boredom Breaker hub, I think they dropped at 11 as well. So that might be an issue there. KC5, real big guns.
Was it me after Shannon there? KI5 LRA.
I believe so.
Yeah, JP, go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah, everybody's making me sleepy. It's too early for that, guys. This is KI5 LRA, and I caught all that about Bob. Good to know. I was just wondering if anybody's heard of. I got a notice on the SEC website that says termination pending due to failure to complete build out. Does anyone know what that means? Over.
Repeat the question.
Did you ask me what was my question?
JP, KI5LRA. I'll get it all out there eventually. This is KF5AD. No, that was Shannon
KG5 Real Big Guns. He was asking you to repeat it, and I'll be honest, I haven't heard anything about it, but so I'm not sure at all. Is there anybody else that has heard the warning? And JP, if you'll go ahead and repeat the same thing you just had about that warning. Back to you, JP.
Okay, well, my suspicion is that it's because I changed my address. I was going to kill two birds with one stone, apply for a GMRS license, and also change my address. Well, whenever I did that, I changed it on the, under the FRN number. I thought that would be good enough that they would go ahead and change it for my ham license, but the next time I went back, they changed my ham license address, but they did put the correct address on the GMRS license, but there's a warning that says termination pending due to failure to complete build out, and I'm assuming it has to do with that address mix-up, so I went ahead and changed my address for my ham license as well, which I thought they would have just done automatically, but it is the government. KI5, LRA. Over to whoever's up next.
I'm going to go ahead and take it from here. JP and anybody else that might be listening, I hope this comes across clear and plain. When I did my GMRS license request, I'll say almost a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now. Wow, it's hard to believe it's been going on 2 weeks now. At any rate, I went ahead and logged into the FCC website as I had done nearly 4 years earlier, 5 years earlier, and I've never made any changes to my information. I tried logging in, couldn't log into the website, and it's because the FCC has changed their website protocol of how you get logged in. They now have a thing called CORS, and if you have to do any changes, you have to go through CORS in order to do things, and I was still underneath the old way of doing things, and I'm going to stand by just for a minute. Let me get this thing dropped just in case. KF5 ADE. Okay, so after I got done with, I actually wanted to talking to the girl on the phone at FCC, and she was really super nice. Used the support phone number. Then she was really nice about helping me out. She even took Sandy's call on her side and helped her get her stuff straightened out with her license as well, because she had some minor issues with her license, not her license, her address and how to log into the new system. So with that, if you haven't messed with FCC licensing lately, like in this past year or even maybe 2 years, I encourage you to go onto FCC website, take a look at trying to get logged in. If you can't log in, find the support telephone number. Give them a call. Talk to them personally on the phone, or go into field to get logged into CORS and navigate through that. It's not bad, but I was thankful that the gal was there to help me navigate everything I needed to do to get my licenses all squared back into the new system that they have currently. So that hopefully that helps you out. JP, back to you, JP, KF5ADE.
Yeah, thanks. I think I did it all right because I was able to log in with my FRN number and my password, and I was able to go in there and submit an address. It updated it, and I'm able to check the status of all that. But up at the top, whenever I first log in, it says that one or both of my licenses are, temporary or pending termination due to failure to complete out. And I'd never heard that terminology, and I started doing a little research on it, but I kind of gave up because I had too many other things to do while I was at home. But anyway, KI5, all right, back to Net.
Comment.
JP, no problem. Yeah, Ellen, I've got you. Shannon, I'm sorry, I've got you. And but JP, yeah, I would still go ahead and give them a call and give them the chance to help you square that away, because I wouldn't want your license to want them to get null and void, and you never know. And the government, if they can screw it up, they are real good at screwing it up. So, okay, Shannon, your turn, KF580E.
JP, if you're still logging in with your FRN and a password, you haven't switched over to the new system. You are required to switch over to the new system. And if you don't, I think they terminate your license. The new system, you will log in with an email address and password. So if you're logging in with an email address and password, you're probably into the new system. If you're not, you need to get switched over as soon as you can and get that taken care of. KC5RBG.
Okay, Shannon and Rich, thanks for that info. I will definitely give them a call as soon as I get a chance and just make sure that everything's good. Because, I was able to log in with my FRN and password, and I did update my email address as well, and they did send me an email saying that they made the changes or whatever. They sent me some kind of confirmation, but I need to call them probably tomorrow, whenever I get a chance, and make sure everything's straight and square and copacetic, and before they haul me off to jail or something. But KI5LRA, over to Dustin or whoever else is out there tonight still. Rimmel, I know you're out there. I hope so. Anyway, I know you were going numb, but anyway, KI5LRA, train wreck incoming.
Well, thank you, JP, KI5LRA, KA6DOY. And, I tell you, I renewed licenses in 21, I believe, and so I don't have to renew until 31, but I wasn't even aware that this change was happening, so I guess I better get on that, too. But, oh gosh, I listened to 3916 while you guys were chit-chatting, and the signals have come up some, but there's still a lot of static out there. So let me send this over to Mr. Dick, KF5ADE, KA6DOY. Over to you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, and do appreciate it. But I want to give everybody else a chance in here too. So let's see. That's 5, 6, 4, 3. I think we're going to have to get. Jairus is bailed out on me. So Rich, I'm going to let you get your turn in here. Rich, go ahead. KI5 DW Alpha. See, I'll get it wrote down straight. Get one way or the other. Back to you. Rich, KI5DWA, you still out there, bud? Okay, well, I guess maybe Rich has lost the connection, or I hope I haven't lost the connection. We'll see what happens on the next go-round, or one way or the other. So, at any rate, that's just what I've been able to find about the change-off when I went ahead and got the GMRS licensing and done for playing with it for myself, for my family. That's the plan of it.
is for the family as well to use those radio systems for that reason, because I've got a lot of family members, but they all see me playing radio, but they're not, they don't want to be bothered with the radio licensing and the whole thing there, so I figured I'd set that up that way. So let's see. I'm not even sure. I'm kind of losing track of who's what and where. Alan, are you still with us? I'm going to turn it back up to you, Alan. Go back to the top of the list. Alan, KI5DAY, you still out there with us, bud? Okay, Alan's probably out because I know he said he was getting tired. So right now, JP, I know you're there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you, JP, because it looks like it may be just you and I might be the only two out here now. So your turn there, KI5 LNR.
Hey, Nick. Yeah, it's LRA. I think I called you Rich, so I'll let you get my my call sign mixed up a little bit. But anyway, I'm about to get off here and get some fuel. On the radio, I'm not doing anything else. So if anybody's staying up, but I just may be temporarily disposed as I fuel this thing up. And yeah, I imagine Alan is, he pays a subscription to have Netflix pump in, raw sewage directly into his living room. So, yeah, I assume he's sitting in front of that right now. But, KI5, I'll pass it over to Shannon.
Yeah, I don't know where everybody went, but they definitely dropped like flies. But I think I'm going to hop off here too and go ahead and say 73. If I can't get back to sleep, I'll definitely get back on here and see who's talking. But hey, Nick, make sure you tell Sandy Happy Mother's Day for me. And everyone have a good rest of the night there. AC5 RPG.
Hey, Shannon, this is KG5SYC, and Nick handed me the phone so I could go ahead and talk and tell you thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I did. I had a wonderful Mother's Day with the kids, and Nick out there, he surprised me this time. Usually he sits there and tells me he doesn't know what to get me, and always gives me an excuse why he doesn't want to buy me stuff. But this time he surprised me. He actually went out and got me something on his own without me having to tell him what to do. At any rate, thank you very much for the Mother's Day remembrance. This is KG5SYC, and back to Shannon.
Well, very glad that you had a great day, as you should. It's your day, and kind of like when Veterans Day rolls around for me, that's one day for me. So, it has good and bad connotations. So, I'm very happy that I'm a veteran and that I've made it to be a veteran. Tired of reliving a lot of stuff in my mind. But it's also the day that I lost my wife in 2020. So I'll always remember that.
All right, Shannon. Yep, she was listening to everything you said there, and Yeah, it's funny. She was giving me a hard time earlier about the fact it was all about me, and sometimes, sometimes I get my winch on, and I'll go ahead and make it feel like that sometimes. But I don't know. It's just me, and she's learned to kind of contend with it, control it. She even helps me control it a little bit, so I get a little off the wrong direction and get on a wing nut sometimes. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Richard, KI5DWA. Richard, did you still come back in with us, or are you still out there, or where are you?
W8WKY.
Let me try that again. Maybe I said it wrong. KJ5DWA. Are you out there? Well, tell you what. This is KF5AD, and we're going to go ahead and just do a standby. Shannon, hang in with us if you can. I'm going to wait for a bit and just kind of let the repeaters cool down a little bit, I guess. And, figure out who's out there. Give me a call. So I'll wait for JP to get done with fueling up his Class A. This is KF5ADE. We'll be standing by. Who's out there? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nick. KF5ADE in the group, KA6DOY here. Let me double check. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had it there. And, oh gosh, Shannon, there was something I needed to tell you. I can't remember what it is right now, but, jeez. I don't know. It is getting late, so, but I'll probably try to call you tomorrow, Shannon, and maybe we can get together on that bike, and got a couple of things I can do to it, but I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. Over. Well, Nick, I think Shannon pulled the plug too, so I'll say 73s to you and happy Mother's Day to your lovely there. And, hope to catch you on the node here again sometime. In fact, I don't know if you're getting me with Shannon dropping out. I had reconnected through his node, so 73s, and thanks for saying hi tonight. KF5ADE, KA6DOY. Bye-bye.
Remmel, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Remmel. Definitely a unique name for me. And no, you came across perfectly all the way through with no problem. And I think I kind of been skipping at times to you, but I was making up another just a short list just to keep me in line, because like I said, JP went ahead and stepped out to get refuel, and so all right, I'm going to let you go. Thank you much, and I'll pass this along from Sandy. I'm sure she would say something like,
"Thank you for the Mother's Day wishes."
There you go. That's third-party traffic. Well, yeah, it's still third-party traffic because she didn't identify herself. So this is KF5AD, KJ5, nope, wrong one, KA6DOY, KF5AD. 73, sir. We'll talk to you, and hopefully maybe we'll do it on our node some point in time in the very near future.
Hey, Nick. Anyway, have a good night. KA6DOY is clear.
think I'm going to sign off for the night as well. I'm going to go ahead and top off my tanks and probably catch some sleep and hit it hard in the morning. So 73, everybody. Thanks for the round table. It was a good rag chew. KI5 LRA, and I'll be clear after this on whoever else's finals left.
I guess it's going to be a quick key, Nick. My final and final to you, JP. Good to meet you. Good talking to you. You have a good day, and mobile safe out there. Be careful. You're already a truck driver, so you know what you're doing with it. KF5ADE, KI5LRA, and 73, and I guess we'll sign off and close my connection. We're gone QRT.
8W8WKY.